Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we're going to get started with chat rooms on the deep web or the dark net. Alright, so by default I have two chat rooms here, and you might be asking yourself, well, aren't there any more chat rooms on the deep web or the dark net? And the truth is there are a lot of them, and the reason why I'm showing you only two is because these are the ones that I can recommend to you, or I can trust that will not cause or will not leak any of your information, or whose purpose is not for any malicious intent. Now, let me explain something. The thing with the deep web or the dark net is that it's huge, and the amount of sites is very, very large. And if through browsing or using search engines, you could find other chat rooms, but the truth about them is you really can't tell what their main goal is, apart from obviously providing a chat room service. That is why I'm going to be showing you some of the most popular ones and some of the ones that I can verify as legitimate and whose purpose is only to help you chat. Alright, so by default these two are CryptoDog and Daniel's chat. Now I'll be posting the links, the onion links for these chat rooms in the resources section after this video, so you can check them out for yourself. Alright, and I just want to throw out a bit of caution. When browsing the deep web, do not, this is my honest opinion, do not trust any site until you can fully verify it, or a site, you do not go to any random site and fully trust it, and I hope you know what I mean by that. Alright, but that being said, let's get started. So the first site that we're going to be looking at is CryptoDog. Alright, so CryptoDog is really weird. You might be a bit confused as to why it's called CryptoDog, but don't worry about what it means. It's essentially just a name for a chat room. Alright, and by default, you will need to enable Java, and that is because it requires JavaScript for encryption. Alright, so for encryption of your messages, so that your messages are obviously safe, and it actually gives you a bit of privacy. Now, to do that, you just go to your right hand side and to the JavaScript plugin. Now, it might be on the left here with the onion circuits, or you can just go to the right and you can just temporarily enable JavaScript. Now, by default, in the security section of the course, we will be looking at some of the security features that you can enable and disable, that will really help your security. Alright, so by default, welcome to CryptoDog. Now, it's going to prompt you here to enter your conversation name. I'll explain what that is in a second, and you can just enter your nickname. Alright, now let's look at some of the information that is going to be provided here. Alright, as you can see, it's going to say, welcome to CryptoDog. Here are some useful tips. Want to meet new people? Try connecting to the room lobby. So I'll show you how to connect to the lobby. It'll then tell you here that CryptoDog is not a magic bullet. You should never trust any piece of software with your life. So again, do not trust anything here. It's just a simple disclaimer saying that, we are not going to be held accountable for any damage that's caused to you. Not that it isn't secure, it just is a bit of a disclaimer. Alright, so then it's going to tell you that CryptoDog can protect you against untrustworthy people or keyloggers. So again, it's throwing a little disclaimer that do not trust any people that you meet in the chat room, because everything is encrypted and your identity is protected. You really don't know who you're talking to. But again, a chat room is very, very useful if you want to chat with your friends or your business associates. Alright, so how would you go about setting up a chat room with CryptoDog? Well, to do that, you need to set up your conversation name. Now, this has to be very, very unique. And as you can see, enter a name for your conversation and share it with people you'd like to talk to. Alright, or you can join the lobby to meet new people. Now, by default, this is going to be your chat room name, and it has to be unique if you want security and you want to prevent other people from joining into it. So you'll essentially share your conversation name with only the people you want to join your chat room. So I can say something like test chat room. Again, you can change yours to be as complex as you want it. You can use a combination of alphanumeric characters. So as you can see, I'll just use a simple one and I'll just call it test chat room. Alright, so test chat room, and now you enter your username or your nickname, which again will protect your identity. So you can enter something random like user 7689 or something really, really different and long, and just hit connect. Alright, now it's going to start the connecting process. and it's hopefully going to start encrypting your connection. So give that a few seconds, and by default that is what it requires JavaScript for. It's not going to require it for any type of location tracking, even though that is quite impossible considering that you're using the Tor relay for communication. Alright, so give this a few seconds. It shouldn't take too much time at all, and once you're done, essentially you can just share the conversation name with the people you want to communicate with. Alright, there we are. So welcome to your chat room, and as you can see, by default I'm the only one in the chat room, and I can start sending messages and wait for other people to join in. And as you can see, this is my username, and this is the chat room name, which is called test chat room. On the right here you have your light mode, which changes it to light. You have your status, which is essentially going to tell the people also in your chat room whether you're available or you're away. Alright, so currently I've set it back to available, and you can look at your information here. And this is some information about the encrypted keys. So you can just look at that. As for the desktop notifications, which is really great, you can turn on desktop notifications if that is something you're interested in. You can also turn on audio notifications, which I really don't like, so I'll keep that off, and you can finally log out. And to send a message, you just go to the message bar here and say something like, hello, welcome. You can just send a simple message, hello, welcome, and just send that, and there you go. Alright, so now by default, if you have sent the conversation name to the people you want to join, all they have to do is enter this conversation name and select a username and just hit join, and they'll join you. Alright, so that is how to create your own chat room. So now I'm going to log out here, and essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to join the lobby. So the conversation name for the lobby is very simple. It is just lobby. Now in the lobby, this is where you can meet, as you can see, you can meet new people, and this is just a place where people can connect with each other. Alright, so random people, again, with the identities protected. So I'm just going to hit connect. Alright, and it's going to connect to the lobby. Give it a few seconds again. It's going to start encrypting your connection. Give it a few seconds, and it should connect directly to the lobby, and that is where you will find different type of people. Again, I'm just throwing it out. I'm just throwing out a disclaimer: do not trust anyone you meet in the chat room, and do not take them. You really can't trust anyone you meet. So by default, you can see you all have your users here, and they're the users that are currently online, and you can chat with them and just just find out more about them. But again, a lobby is a place for meeting new people. All right. So that is essentially CryptoDog, and once you're done, you can just log out, and voila. That is how to use CryptoDog. I really enjoy using CryptoDog, and I have used it for professional communication many times with business associates, and it really does protect your communication. All right. Now, moving on to the second chat room, which is Daniel's chat. All right. So Daniel's chat is really awesome as well. And as you can see, there are some rules here. You can go through them. I'm not going to go through them because they may contain explicit content that I'm not going to go into. But by default, you can select your username. So I'm just going to hit a random username like user 8976, and I'm just going to select a password, which I can choose depending on how complex I want it to be. Since I'm only using this account one time, I'm just going to hit 12345. And I'm just going to enter this CAPTCHA, which is essentially asking us for the purpose of verification. So the CAPTCHA is EEZDH. Alright, and once I've done that, it's going to ask me to select a color. And I'm just going to select a random color like sky blue and enter the chat. Alright, so once I hit enter the chat, essentially what's going to happen, just let it load. And for some reason, the CAPTCHA is already used or timed out. So yes, I had to reload the page. So let me just create a new user really quickly. 8976, password 12345, and I'm just gonna copy the CAPTCHA BSDV7, and I'm gonna select a color. Let's see, do we have red? I like red. If I can just find it there, I found it. Just there it is, and I'm gonna hit enter chat. All right. And there you are. Welcome user, your login has been delayed. You can access the chat in 120 seconds. So again, it's going to ask you, it's going to delay your login for 120 seconds in a form of a waiting room. So this is just a way of it, it's just a way of it verifying that you are indeed an actual person on the Tor relay, not a bot or a computer. Alright, so by default, it's just going to keep on refreshing every 10 seconds until your time is up. And once it's done, it'll essentially enter you into the chat room. Now by default, I'm just going to let this complete and I'll get back to you when this is done. Alright, so I'm left with the last 5 seconds of in the waiting room, and there we are. It's taken us to Daniel's chat, and by default, there we are. Just give it a few seconds to load up. And as you can see, it's going to give you a small disclaimer as well, with it saying chat about anything while respecting the rules. So if you've gone through the rules, you know about what to post and what not to post. Alright. As you can see, these are the members that are currently online, and for me, I'm a guest. Because again, it is sorted out in forms of guests, so you can register for an account if you want to do that. By default, it's only me and QWERTY, and as for the members, you can see their names there. Let's look at an overview here. So essentially, I can just send a message here, so I can type in my message and I can send it to all chatters, or to the offline chatters, or to specific users in the chat room. All right, and I can also attach files. Now looking at the messages that have been sent here, you can see that there is some communication, and it's really very simple communication, but it's a great way of communicating with people because you can directly communicate with them, and if they are also in the chat room, you can just send them a direct message and upload your files and send them, and you can also switch to a multi-line, which allows you to send multi-line messages. Alright, that being said, it's a really very simple chat room, but again, with a lot of functionality here, and again, it's a great way of communicating with people and also discovering new people if that's what you're looking for. Alright, so those are two of my favorite and most trustworthy chat rooms. Now, when I say that, I'm going to throw out caution that I am not guaranteeing that they're going to be that they're going to be safe, but for the most part, I've used them for a long time, and I can assure you that they are some of the best ones. Now, by default, you can also find your own and use them, and the process is relatively simple. Their main purpose is for protecting your identity and anonymity, and furthermore, encryption of your messages. Alright, that being said, that is going to be it for this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.